Hello, lovelies.
From this coming Monday, the 6th of October, to Saturday, the 20th of December, is a gap of 75 days. Monday the 6th also just happens to land on my 1001st day of being sober. The last 1000 days have been some of the best and worst days I've ever had. More on that to come in the next 75 days, I'm sure. Monday the 6th is also the first day of our university semester, and Saturday the 20th of December is the day after the semester finishes, and my 49th birthday falls in the middle of it all. Something just feels right about doing something challenging now. I've not challenged myself for a really long time, actually, like not properly challenged myself. So I feel like I need to push myself hard. The last 1000 days have been a journey of ups and downs, mentally and physically, and I feel like I need to consolidate everything that I've learned so far. I can feel that it's time to bring it all together and perhaps even put it to the test. I've learned so much about discipline and balance and resilience, but now I want to put everything into action in a more focused way. And I've come up with a plan that will challenge me both mentally and physically. One that's loosely based on 75 Hard Challenge and one that's very loosely based on Fight Club. Want to know what it is? Good, because we're going to hop in the gym and I'm going to tell you. Let's start with the physical challenge first. I think the perfect body shape is something close to that of an Olympic triathlete, the build of Bruce Lee or Tyler Durden. Not a bodybuilder, not a marathon runner, but somewhere in between. Can do a little bit of both really, really well. I want to be able to fight after the chase, to have the kind of functional fitness and strength where you could carry somebody out of a burning building. And that takes real cardio fitness and endurance alongside strength. But it's not about going to any extreme. I've talked about this before, but I've been thinking recently about how to actually achieve it, like really, especially being a year off of 50 years old. I need to be able to carry and run. You can and should bench press your own body weight, but also run a decent 5 kilometre or half marathon time. I am way off that at the moment, and that needs to change. For some reason, people call this a hybrid athlete. There is nothing hybrid about it. It is balance, it is harmony. Think High Rocks or CrossFit without the annoying conversation or the steroids. Hybrid athlete sounds pretty ridiculous to me, and let us agree to never ever use that term again. But the idea is there. Strength, speed, stamina. That is the goal. I was digging around online and found this Fight Club workout, and whether it's what Brad Pitt actually did or not, who knows? It is, however, surprisingly light. Nothing insane or over the top. It's not overly efficient either, but perhaps that's because it's inaccurate. But as stated in this excellent Athlean video, no one has ever really refuted it, so perhaps it's based in reality somewhere along the line. The main thing is the different approach to repetitions and focus from what I've been doing recently. Instead of the usual 4 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions with 90-second rest, it switches to 3 main approaches. 3 sets of 15 repetitions at the same weight, so just more repetitions than I do at the moment. 3 sets of 15 repetitions, increasing the weight per set. But why do 15 repetitions of something light if you can do 15 repetitions of it later on something heavier? Seems odd. Or 3 sets of descending repetitions from 3 to 15 to 8, and the weight goes up each set. An ascending pyramid. This makes sense to me. All of these approaches take higher repetitions than I'm used to, but the most efficient approach here is the ascending pyramid. So I'm going to take that approach to all the exercises, with the last set going to failure. 25, 15, 8 to failure alongside increasing the weight. I usually manage 6 exercises in my workouts, and some of the ones listed on certain days in the Fight Club plan only have 3 or 4 exercises, so I will top that up with a few more to make a solid 6. Monday through Wednesday are busy days on campus, so my plan is Monday, chest, Tuesday, back, Wednesday, arms, and between Monday and Wednesday I'll also fit a single easy run, somewhere in between 30 and 45 minutes. It'll have to fit in where it can. Obviously, I'm not Brad Pitt, despite what you might think. I do not have his genetics, certainly don't have his face, his bank balance, his access to nutritionalists, personal trainers, and any of the other aids he used to get into shape, but I do expect at the end of this to look like Tyler Durden. I absolutely do. If not, I will be utterly heartbroken. However, I do need to adapt the plan to suit me, but all loosely based on the Fight Club workout. Thursday, I work from home, so it's shoulders as per the Fight Club workout with some extra exercises to make it up to 6, plus boxing at the gym with my old coach. I've been back a couple of times recently and it is every bit as brutal as I remember. Bag work, pad work, sparring, conditioning. I run up there and I run back to warm up and cool down, which just adds to the session. It's full on and this will be my hard day. Friday, a non-Fight Club workout, another chest session using the same format of repetitions and sets, plus an easy 30 to 45 minute run to keep the engine ticking over. Saturday is park run, which is pretty much a threshold or tempo run. I'll add in a proper warm up and cool down, and then a second workout of the Saturday, a 25-minute core session based on this video I made some time ago, followed by 20 minutes of stretching and yoga to kind of reset the body. Sunday, long slow run, kind of builds steady endurance, and another non-Fight Club workout focusing on the upper back to balance everything out. The biggest challenge from 75 hard is the structure. In the past, I've gone into each day with a rough menu of workouts and just picked whichever felt right. This time, every day is laid out with a clear purpose. There is more variation in the load during the early part of the week because of my university schedule, but there's also far more prescription. It's not about guessing, it's about following through and ticking the boxes. Along with the warm-ups and the cool-downs, including 5 to 10 minutes of yoga flows for every single session, that is the physical side in a nutshell. Similar to 75 hard in its intensity and commitment, but slightly easier on time and cardio Monday to Wednesday, and a more loaded, varied structure from Thursday through to Sunday. It's deliberate, it's challenging, and it feels exactly right for where I am now. The last day of the challenge is park run day, so I'll give it everything in the morning and then do some strength tests in the afternoon to see my progress. Okay, you want to know the mental challenges? Let's head back in the studio. In the 75 hard challenge, the real mental development comes from two main areas. First, the big picture, the sheer consistency and relentlessness of following the same rules every single day for 75 days. Second, the daily practice of reading 10 pages of non-fiction. These two ideas are simple on paper, but they have a significant cumulative impact. One of the workouts also has to be done outside every day, and believe me, 90 minutes of total daily exercise gives you plenty of time for reflection. So for this challenge, I wanted to make sure I balance the physical elements of strength, speed and stamina with mental strength, mental speed, mental stamina. Now, I spent a fair amount of time trying to figure out how to develop these, only to realise I couldn't see the wood for the trees. You see, starting next week, Monday to Wednesday, every single week for the next 12 weeks straight, I will be creating and delivering lectures. These cover everything from filmmaking to content creation, ensemble band performance, all the way through to high-level drum skills such as advanced coordination, polyrhythms, and everything else besides. The classes range from between 15 and 40 plus students of varying ability and background. We do not have half terms, we do not have reading weeks. It is straight through, and it is mentally challenging and exhausting for everyone involved. But we all know that growth comes from stress, and this is 12 weeks of growth followed by the winter break as a period of recovery. Every year, it is a challenge. The mental agility it takes to create lectures, read the room, think on your feet, give feedback, respond to questions, and constantly link everything back to the main focus is quite enormous. Then there's the endurance and stamina needed to keep all of this up, not just for 12 weeks, but from 90 to 120-minute lectures at a time. It's great fun, but contrary to our cultural brainwashing, you do not have to hate your job for it to wipe you out completely. Research actually backs this up. Teaching at university level is not just about passing on information. If it is, you're actually doing it wrong. It's a full cognitive workout. Studies show that it requires quick recall, improvisation, constant engagement, explaining ideas out loud, like this, strengthens your own understanding and neural connections. You have to be mentally agile. Over time, this kind of thinking on your feet has been linked to better long-term memory, sharper attention, and slower cognitive decline. As Lieutenant General Sir William Francis Butler said, the society that separates its scholars from its warriors will have its thinking done by cowards and its fighting done by fools. And if you think about it, your generic meathead and your computer nerd are the antithesis of each other. Why can we not? Why should we not be both? Ross Edgley, Bruce Lee and Tyler Durden. Philosophical and physical. Despite one of them being a psychotic episode, but let's gloss over that. And then there's the performance element. Every minute on campus is a bit like being on stage. There's nothing better than getting into the lift alone for 5 seconds and just having a short breath to have a rest. I've been thinking more about this point. When you're on tour, everything's dictated for you. Catering times, menus, bus lobby call times, stage times, literally absolutely everything. And I used to find myself smoking a lot because it was a decision I had to make, and going to the toilet a lot because I could make those decisions myself. I think it's much the same as the lift at work. I always get a little bit disappointed when somebody gets in with me and I don't get those few seconds of chill before the chaos ensues. As with anything, it's all about control.
Opening.
It's pretty relentless. So maybe a lot of the mental strength, speed and stamina I am chasing is already built into these 12 weeks. God knows that 17 years of doing this should have proven this to me by now. There is no doubt that by the time each semester break arrives, I am mentally empty. Fulfilled, happy, but utterly empty. So, to some extent, the mental qualities are already covered, but I still need a challenge, something new. And here's my plan. I am going to post a video every single day. I genuinely have no idea if I can keep it up, but I'm going to try. I did something similar back in 2021 with the Grand Tour, posting daily videos whilst riding an average of 100 kilometers a day, but that was only for 21 days. I've always said that these videos are my version of journaling. Every 10-minute video you see probably represents weeks of research, reading, self-exploration, and sometimes even experimentation. But daily journaling, actually writing things down, has never been something I've managed. I do struggle to write, so this will be my version of that. The videos will be rough around the edges. I do not expect anybody to watch them, and that is not the point. The idea is to record a video every day, to catalogue my thoughts, observations, feelings, and maybe capture the beginning of the process that usually ends up as a finished video on this channel. Sometimes they might be filmed on my phone, sometimes they might not be edited at all. They need to be frictionless and easy, just the same thumbnail every single day. We'll see how it goes. Casey Neistat, it will not be. But it will be a challenge for my storytelling skills and my creativity too. What can I come up with every single day? Where, when, and how can I film it? What will happen? Who knows? I'm not entirely sure what I'll get from this process, but that is the point. If I knew the outcome, there'd be no reason to do it. So the physical and the mental challenges are very clearly laid out. I'm going to put them all in the description below. And I still can't think of a name to call the challenge, 75 something. If you have any idea, please drop it in the comments. Now, I've not mentioned nutrition, and that's because I don't want to get too hung up on it. Bex and I have made some big jumps in that over the last 2 months. In short, I almost always fast 16/8 every day. I have a big high protein salad for lunch and then a normal meal in the evening, just like super standard stuff, bolognese, chili fajitas, pasta bake, or something from Jamie Oliver's new book or whatever. All fresh, no ultra processed food. We make our own bread and our own meals every day from scratch. Over the last 2 months, the chocolate and crisps that historically tripped me up have pretty much gone to the wall. So in short, that all carries on. Just good food, and that is it. The videos will document everything. I also plan to take progress pictures to see if my body shape changes, and it better. I will be inconsolable if I don't see Tyler Durden in the mirror every single day after I've finished. And if they'll have me back at Yeovil for a DEXA scan around about my birthday and again nearer Christmas, I would love to see what my body composition becomes and ends up like. But really, the measure of this begins on Monday and runs for 75 days. So let's see how it goes. Thank you for watching. Look after yourselves. Right. Bye. Advanced coordination, polyrhythms, and polyrhythms. Wrote a book on the bloody thing. As a period of recovery. Let's see how it goes. Thank you for watching. Look after yourselves.